Sheriff's office, start eviction. Sheriff's office, here to start eviction. For everybody inside this residence. Okay, we're serving eviction. Open up the door, ma'am.
I'm not getting an eviction from nobody. I've been here for 20 years. I'm not evicted. You go through a process. I haven't been through no process. Can't nobody just come up here. My name is Miss Green.
Okay, Miss Green, Deputy Sutton. We post a notice on your door.
That's not, it said unknown. I'm a known person. I don't know what that means.
Miss Green, is anybody else in there with you?
My grandson is in here with me.
Okay, how's your grandson?
He's 19.
19. Why didn't you go to the courthouse when the notice was posted on the door?
I'm not an unknown person. I'm Zoanne Green. I've been here for 20 years. They don't have no contracts with me to be doing nothing with anyone. So I don't know why they're here talking about they can evict me and all this stuff. So you go past foreclosure to evict to get no. Listen, this is a scam and the bank is a scam.
Before we even get into what you're about to see, let's set the table here, because this situation is way bigger than a simple eviction. What you're watching unfold is the collision between real-world law and a belief system that tells people the rules don't apply to them if they say the right words. In this case, the claim is sovereignty, indigenous land, and no jurisdiction. And here's the twist. None of that matters once a judge signs an order. Over the next several minutes, you're going to hear someone insist that paperwork doesn't count if their name isn't typed the way they want, that banks are scams, that courts are irrelevant, and that law enforcement somehow loses authority at the front door. But pay attention, because what's actually happening is far more tragic than it is loud. This is someone who had options, legal options, and ignored every single one of them. And now reality is knocking, literally. Stick with this, because the contradictions pile up fast, emotions explode, and by the end, the consequences become unavoidable.
So they don't have no jurisdiction over me. I'm indigenous to this land. This is my property. I've been here. That's why they can't touch me. Now this person comes over here talking about, oh, I just purchased this house from an auction with no paperwork in his hand. He just called. I could have killed him. You don't come up to nobody's home talking about what you got. You ain't got nothing in your hand. You're just talking. Like, who the fuck does that?
This is the moment where things officially derail. What you're hearing is textbook sovereign citizen logic. Deny contracts, deny jurisdiction, deny authority, and then act shocked when enforcement still shows up. The irony here is thick, because the very system being called a scam is the same one that protected this property for decades. Mortgages don't magically disappear because someone stops believing in them. Courts don't lose power because someone declares themselves known instead of unknown. And sovereignty doesn't mean immunity from civil law, especially when foreclosure and eviction orders have already been signed. What really stands out is how confidence replaces evidence. No documents are produced, no filings are referenced, and no court appearances were made. Just absolute certainty that words alone override procedure. And that confidence is about to run headfirst into a deputy holding a judge's order.
If I'm supposed to be evicted, my name is not unknown. Everybody knows it. The light bill has been in my name for 20 years. I have been here. This is my home. Okay, can't nobody buy somebody's home out from under them if they don't have no paperwork or no nothing.
Okay,
that's not right.
So
you can't evict me for nothing.
Well, my question to you, Ms. Green, why didn't you go to the courthouse?
Because the papers say unknown. I'm not an unknown. If you have something, I've been, all my neighbors know me. I'm part of the neighborhood watch. Why is my name not on any paperwork? Explain that to me. I'm not unknown. I'm very known. So I don't know what kind of eviction you're doing, but it's illegal, and you can't evict me.
I'm doing a court order, ma'am.
Well, I don't know what court order. What name is it under?
It's under 3718.
That's not a name. That's an address.
This is one of the most common and most misunderstood arguments you'll ever hear during an eviction. The fixation on names instead of addresses isn't accidental. It's a deliberate misreading of how court orders work. Evictions are tied to property, not personalities. The court doesn't care who claims the house. It cares who legally possesses it at the moment enforcement happens. That's why the order applies to all occupants. It closes loopholes before they're even attempted. And notice what's missing here. No counterorder, no injunction, no appeal paperwork, no proof that this eviction was ever challenged in court. Just repeated disbelief that the system functions the way it's designed to. This isn't confusion, it's refusal. And refusing to understand doesn't stop enforcement. It just removes your ability to influence the outcome.
Explain to you, Mr. Green, while I'm here. And the court order was signed by the judge saying to do the eviction.
For who?
I'm just explaining to you.
Okay, go ahead.
It's for the property.
No, you can't even.
You
Really?
tell me
So you
no,
think you
want
can
me to
come
read it?
here and evict somebody off of a property and you don't even have their name?
Okay. It doesn't require me to have a name. You want to read this portion?
Are you fucking serious, dude?
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna let you read this.
I don't need to read none of that. I don't want to read it. It don't have nothing to do with me.
It has to do with this property. It says
This is my property under my name. You don't even have a name on there.
the screen.
So I'm not leaving my property.
Right here is the turning point where belief crashes into authority. On one side, you have armed deputies executing a lawful court order signed by a judge. On the other, you have a belief system that insists none of it is real unless acknowledged. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The law does not require consent. It requires compliance. Courts don't argue philosophy on front porches. They issue orders and deputies carry them out. The emotional escalation you're hearing, claims of persecution, identity, historical injustice, can be heartbreaking, but they don't change jurisdiction. And when someone refuses to leave voluntarily, the situation narrows fast. At this point, the outcome isn't a debate anymore. It's a countdown.
State of Florida, which we're in, to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, which county we're in.
So you're gonna throw me out of my house right now?
I have no choice, man. This is what the order says, yes.
Y'all come throw all my shit out there. Since you're gonna do that
So it says-
to an indigenous person of this land, so you go do it.
All persons.
You're not removing me from my property. So you about to take me out of here? How?
Voluntarily, preferably.
You listen. I'm telling you, you're not removing me out of my property.
Okay.
I'm not leaving. So
Okay. We don't want to take you to jail, Mr.
really, you.
Right.
This is pathetic. Y'all are something else. And
We
God
don't
will deal with
we don't want to get to
you.
that
God
point.
will deal with you.
Okay.
I'm not leaving my house. This is my property. You walk up here with a guy. What is he doing?
I'm walking up
Who is
there-
that
I'm
white
walking
man
up there
coming
with
up
the
here
court
trying to
order.
take black people's home?
This is where the human cost becomes impossible to ignore. When children or grandchildren are present during an eviction, it adds emotional weight, but it doesn't erase responsibility. The court process exists specifically to prevent moments like this from happening suddenly. Notices, hearings, continuances, assistance programs, all of that happens before deputies arrive. And when someone chooses not to engage with the process, they're not just rejecting the court, they're gambling with stability for everyone under that roof. This isn't about intelligence or worth, it's about decisions. And the most painful part is knowing this could have gone very differently if even one court date had been taken seriously.
Court order.
No, you walked up here with a guy with no name on no paper.
We keep one certain.
There's no name on that paper. You think you can throw me out of my house? That is against the law. I'm sorry. You can't.
All right, sir, you gotta leave there. You got a court order to move off.
I gotta leave. Look, all my stuff is in here. All my life is in here. I've been here for 20 years.
At 3718.
Really?
Just like that's your mother?
This is my grandson.
Okay, just like I was running to your grandmother. We got a court order to remove all persons from this address.
31.
I need the supervisor to come over here or somebody. Because this is not happening to me. They think they can just come and take you out your home. That is a shame.
This moment is devastating because it's honest. There really may be nowhere to go, and that's exactly why courts exist in the first place. Eviction law isn't designed to be cruel, it's designed to create structure, timelines, and remedies. Rent relief, mediation, extensions, social services. None of those are available if you refuse to acknowledge the court's authority. You can't reject jurisdiction and then ask for protection when enforcement arrives. That's the contradiction at the heart of sovereign ideology. It promises freedom but delivers isolation. And when the deputies say they don't enjoy doing this, that's not a line, it's the truth. This is the final stage of a process that could have ended months earlier with far less damage.
I need somebody over
You know what
y'all.
eviction is? Okay, so that's what we're doing right now.
You can't evict some. They don't even have my name on their paperwork. They just want to throw me up out of here. And that guy over there did it. He went and got them. with no paperwork just come to your house. Y'all do that to black people all day long. He got some paperwork with nobody's name on it. And he can for the property, not the persons that's in the